Hello wonderful people and welcome back to another build tutorial with Wild. Today I'm going to show you how to build this beautiful mountain lodge, perfect for your 1.17 world. It makes use of lots of the new blocks, including deep slate, copper and calcite. And it is the perfect base because it has plenty of space for all of your 1.17 resources. There's so many things to collect. Let's get building. For this build, you'll need the materials on your screen now. Fantastic! Let's get building this marvelous Swiss chalet. To create the base of our chalet, create a back wall which is 17 long, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 1 high out of deep slate bricks. Then build out another 9 from either side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like that. So they should be even. Then to create the front wall, we're actually going to create a kind of bumped out shape. Build across another 3 and then out 3 on the left hand side. Then across 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For a total of 9 on this sticking out wall. Then build back 3 so it lines up with this wall over here, and then connect it so you have a shape that looks like this. I've gone ahead and marked the front of my build with a blue arrow. You don't need to do this, it just makes it easier. To create some windows, grab out some chiseled deep slate and then place 1 on this right hand side so it's 2 away from the outside. Rotate round to this side and you can imagine one's here, and then go over and place one here. We need to leave this free because there's a chimney going here. If you switch over to the left hand side, if you're facing from the front, you can add one in these 2 spots, 2 in from the front and back. And then at the back we're going to have a chimney going here, move over and we're going to have a 2 block here, and leave 4 and add a 1 block window. So from the top, looking from the front, it looks just like this. Then grab your deep slate bricks and fill in all the way around so the whole wall is 2 high. The foundation of this build is going to be built with a lot of grayscale blocks. So to add a pop of pizzazz, place some waxed copper blocks either side of each of these window markers. You can use regular copper blocks if you'd like, but you better beware that they will eventually turn green and oxidize. So if you want them to stay orange, you better use waxed. Then take some calcite and fill in all the way around at a 1 layer, leaving these window spaces free. 1.17 has given us lots of fun stone type blocks to build with. And this foundation uses a few of them. Ooh, don't fill in that block. Then grab out some stone and build 2 high on top of all of these blocks, leaving the windows free. And once you've built all the way around, or you can do it as you go, fill in the one over the roof of the window so you've got a 2 high window. And don't forget to go all the way around. To add some warmth to this level of the house, create a floor using some spruce slabs. I'm using slabs instead of blocks because it's more efficient. And of course, fill in the windows with some glass. The house would be super breezy up on the mountaintop if you didn't have glass in the windows. Kind of defeats the purpose of having a house. Because it's so breezy, let's add some window shutters. And it also adds some great dimension and colour to the build. Do this on each window and you'll need 4 per window. You can actually use whatever type of trapdoor you like for these window shutters. I'm using these warped trapdoors because they have a kind of see-through texture, which means you can see the copper behind them, but feel free to use whatever takes your fancy. The entrance to this mountain cabin is actually on the 2nd floor, so we're going to need to add a staircase. To do this, use some deep slate tile stairs, some deep slate tile slabs, and a bunch of dark oak and spruce things. Coming out of this sticking out portion, create a nice staircase which is going to wrap around the corner of the build. and place some upside down stairs underneath to add a nice flowing texture. When you get to the corner, grab your deep slate tiles, and you're going to want to place upside down stairs here. 2 like that, and then 1 like this, and continue with the deep slate tile slabs. Then coming around this corner, and finish it off with a couple more. Then to add a railing, take some stripped dark oak logs and place them on each stair, and as well up the corner 2 high. Then some dark oak slabs here and here. Then fences on each of these stripped dark oak logs, and these are spruce fences. And then some fence gates on the corners going around this flat section, this landing, to finish off the railing. Next, grab some stone slabs and create a roof of the first floor and a floor for the second floor of our mountain cabin. And leave this little section open because this is going to be part of the exterior part of the build, and we're going to use some polished deep slate there for a different look, kind of looking like patio tiles. Now for this section here, go ahead and actually break some of these stone blocks so it extends right out to the edge like this with your deep slate. Oh, and we'll just need to fill in this edge here with a bit more stone, and then the rest with some more deep slate. The next stories of this house stick out a little bit out of the side of the base layer, so we're going to create a kind of lip for it to sit on. Take stone stairs and place them upside down like this, and then connect them all with some stone slabs. Then go around the rest of the perimeter of the build with some dark oak slabs. We're going to come back and break some of these slabs here when we put in the chimney, but we'll do that a bit later. When you get to the staircase, stop at this corner because if you put them here, you're going to bump your head going up. The next 2 stories will be mainly built out of dark oak planks and waxed copper blocks. The waxed copper blocks will be for underneath each window. Count 2 in from the right hand side of the front, 1, 2, and place a waxed copper block on the 3rd, skip 1, and 5th block, just like so, and not on top of the slabs, but on top of the stone. And then come to the left hand side and count in another 2, 1, 2, and place one on top of the 3rd, so it looks like this from the front. For the sides, count in 2, 1, 2, and place on the 3rd. And then from this side, when you're counting in from the dark oak slab, count in 3, 1, 2, 3, and place on the 4th. And these are on top of the dark oak slabs. Then you want to line the window up on the opposite side with this block here. So if you line up your cursor on the block, you can just fly straight across or walk straight across if you're in survival and place one like that. We're leaving this side open for our chimney. And finally, for the back, counting in, so we're placing on top of the stone, so from here, count in 2, 1, 2, and place, space, place. These ones will line up with the front windows, and then count 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and place a window on the 5th. It's vaguely in the middle of our build. All of our windows should look like this so far. In this front section, grab some oxidized cut copper, and you don't need to worry about waxing this because it's fully oxidized and it won't change color anymore. Count 1 in from the edge of this polished deep slate and do that on both sides. And then find the center point and place another one. Build another 3 on top. And then connect across the top like this. So you have 2 spaces just like that. Now grab dark oak planks and build 1 layer in line with these waxed copper blocks. And when you're building on the front and the back, don't build on top of the planks, on the slabs, build on the stone, but on the sides build on top of the slabs. That way, we're lining up with all of our window blocks. Once you've created this one thick layer, build up another 3 so it's in line with the top of these oxidized copper blocks all the way around, missing the windows. Once you've come to this back window here, the centered one, build up your 3 high walls with the dark oak planks as you were before, but actually place one over the top so you only have a 2 high window here. All the other windows will be 3 high. Then continue on with the rest of your wall building. To finish off this wall in the alpine house, we're going to grab some stripped dark oak logs. Build up 1 high on each corner like this. Then switch to some sort of placement block, I'm using dirt, and create a kind of square ring 1 in from the walls all the way around. This is going to allow us to place our stripped oak logs on their side so you can see the top face. So do that all the way around. Then grab the stripped oak logs and place them just like this. You can see the wonderful texture that they add. This not only finishes off the wall, but it separates this layer from the next layer because we're also building that out of the dark oak planks, and that would be an awful lot of dark oak planks if there wasn't something separating it. Now that that's done, break the dirt and fill in this entire roof with some spruce slabs at this upper level. This is going to be the floor for our final story, as well as the roof for this story. Filling in time! Now that the basic structure of this floor is complete, let's add some details with some glass panes, some warped trapdoors for window shutters, and some spruce buttons on each block. Do this on every window. Remember to fit the shutters to the windows you're working with. So for 2 high windows, only have 2 high shutters, and for windows where you've got them close together like this, just have a 1 shutter in between the 2. Next, let's create some detailing around this door and window. For that, you'll need some glass panes to fill in this window here. This one's going to be a door, so some dark oak doors here and here. Then grab some dark oak stairs and place them right side up facing in towards each other so you have a little tiny window there. Then create window shutters with warped trapdoors, 3 high either side of the window. And then to round off the shape, because this is quite square, grab some spruce stairs, place them upside down so there's a 1 block center, a 1 block center, upside down with a 1 block center. Then fill in the center one with a spruce gate. To finish it off, add spruce slabs across the top, just like that. All that's left to do in this layer is to create the balcony and the supports for the next layer. To do this, first place a stone slab sticking out 1 here. That way it is a nice even 1 block middle. Then place a deep slate tile here and here. We've got our fence gates, spruce fence gates, and then we're going to alternate between them with fences, just like this. And then for the side, go fence gate, fence, fence gate, just like so. To create the uprights, build up 2 high on top of this fence here, and then 2 high on top of this fence gate. Then use dirt blocks to place 1 on top and then 1 in. Break that one directly on top and place a spruce stair upside down facing outwards, and do that on the other side. 1 on top, 1 in, break the 1 on top and place 1 outwards, and then you can break your dirt afterwards. Then place an upside down spruce stair like this. A right way up spruce stair, so it looks like this so far. Then a right way up one. So we've got kind of a corner of a floral, and then a spruce slab. A spruce slab. Kind of looks like a little talking face. And finally, an upside down spruce stair coming out of either side, just like that. To finish this off, grab some spruce fence gates and place them along the front like this. This can be a bit tricky, so you've got to make sure you place it right on the edge. all the way across. Then grab some spruce slabs and come to this upside down stair and connect it to the wall on either side. Then grab some more fence gates and this time face them the opposite direction, here and here, so it looks like this so far, and then fill in this whole section at the upper level with spruce slabs. So it looks like this. Begin by placing one layer of dark oak planks all the way around the base of this next story. All the way around. When you come to the front section, you want to come out to this point here where the fence gates stop, then count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th, place one more dark oak planks, then count another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you should be on top of these fence gates again and continue to create our full loop with our 2 open holes at the front. Next, create 2 window frames like this one in our 2 front sections out of our oxidized cut copper, just like so. Alright, I've marked the locations of all the windows on this floor. You can see a lot of them are directly above windows on the floor below, like this one here, and this one here. These 2 at the back are one either side of these trapdoors of this middle window down here, and these 2 are directly on top of these ones. You don't need to mark these with gold, it just helps to place a block so you don't accidentally build a wall there. Then you want to build up 3 high with some dark oak planks all the way around, leaving these holes. And you can break any placement blocks you have as you go, or just remember to leave those spaces open. Come all the way around, filling in every section of wall. We want the windows on this story to be 2 high, and they're currently 3 high, so place 1 block of our dark oak planks on top of each window, just like this, making them 2 blocks high. Finally, for all these side windows, fill them in with glass and add some trapdoors, using some warped trapdoors for window shutters. Now add some details to this front section, building up 4 high with our spruce fences, 1, 2, 3, 4, on both corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then come across with a fence gate, then an upside down spruce stair, another one over here, another fence gate, and continue on like so, until we've got something that looks like this. Then for each side, add 2 fence gates, and again 2 fence gates, and then place slabs, spruce slabs, all the way across the top. Oh, and not in the windows, just like this. Finally, to finish off these windows, fill them in with some glass. By the way, throughout this build I've been using regular glass panes, but you can use stained or blocks if you'd prefer. And then some warped trapdoor window shutters. Having a constant element throughout the build like that can really tie it together. That looks wonderful! Alright, it's time to get started on some chimneys. Come around to the back of the building and let's get these going so we can have a crackling fire in our winter lodge. Come 2 to the side of this window shutter here, 1, 2, and build a U shape, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 back in, so it finishes 1 before the edge. Build up a second layer with this, just like that. Then build up 1, 2, 3 high, breaking these slabs here on both sides, and we're using brick here. These have a very similar colour to our copper, and we're going to be using some accent copper at the top as well. Then place an upside down stair and a right side up stair like this on either side of our chimney, and then build up to this point as well with some more bricks. Next, place some stairs on top of these 2 blocks here and here, And then we're going to build a big tall U all the way up, just like this, out of bricks to this point here. Then a row across the top of bricks and some brick stairs. This should all end before we get to these blocks here. Then you want to build one higher up with some more bricks. And then on the left hand side of your chimney, when you're looking at it from the back, place one brick stair facing inwards, and then build all the way up to the top of here with some bricks. It should look like this. For the upper part of the chimney, we're going to make a 4 wide base. And we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 deep here, and then 5 tall, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like this with brick. Finish it off with cut copper on top of each of these, and you can use waxed if you like, or just regular cut copper. And then build with some brick walls 2 high at the furthest back on the highest one, then 1, and then 1 and 1 again. It should look like this in total. It seems pretty cold in the new 1.17 mountains, so let's add another fireplace with another chimney. Build a 4x2 U just like this, 2 away from this window shutter here. We're on the right hand side of the build if you're looking from the front. Then build up 3 high at the back with some more bricks. We need an upside down stair, then a right way up stair either side like we did on our other chimney, and build up to the same height as these back ones with some more bricks. Break these 2 dark oak slabs here and replace with bricks. Then build right up to these decorative dark oak logs with some more. Now to create a bit of interest, place 2 upside down brick stairs followed by some right way up ones. Then you need an upside down followed by a right way up, then an upside down followed by a right way up, which creates this kind of wavy pattern, and do that on both sides. Then fill in the top with some more bricks, just like that. It's a subtle detail, but you can really see the shadows, especially when the sun sets. To build the top of this chimney, build another 3 high with some bricks on this section here, and then 4 high, 1 back on top of the wood. Then place cut copper on each of these, and then some walls in this pattern like this, so it looks just like so when you're facing from the front. Now we need to get working on a roof so the snow doesn't come in. Swiss chalets and mountain homes often have very shallow peaked and large overhanged roofs which protect it from the wind and snow. So to create this, we're going to need to create a kind of peaked pattern, leaving 2 blocks instead of 1. Go along like this, building up 2 every time. Then come from the other side to make sure we're meeting in the middle, and you can pretend you're building up here. So we're now at this level and build up another 2. Then another 2, and you should have a 3 block center in the middle like that. Now we're going to mirror that angle that we have at the back, at the front, and this is going to be a bit tricky because we have this sticking out part, but not impossible. So come 2 in and build 2 up, and then continue with this pattern. When you get to a part like this, just come forward. Then build up another 2. And actually we're going to switch and use some stripped dark oak logs here and build up with these, as they have a really nice pattern, remembering to be 2 along each time. And when you get to the center, which we are now, we need to be 3 along. Now we're coming down 2, 2, 1 more, and then continue on with our dark oak, just like this. It does look a little lopsided at the moment, but that's because this veranda section is one off to the side, but it'll look fine once you've got a roof on. Since we're going to have all this extra space in the roof, let's add 1 more window to the front and back using some glass panes and window shutters, so you can see that this is centered to the middle of the build and 2 high, and go to the back as well and create a mirroring window. This build uses deep slate tiles, stairs, slabs and blocks which look like shingles. Begin by placing some deep slate tiles coming out like this from the first block of every kind of 2 section. This should stick one out from the front like this. And we're going to come across, and when you get to this point you might need to break the slab so you can continue along. And you see there's a 1 block space between each one. You'll have to vary between building 2 out, and in these sections, oh, hang on, coming out from here, and in these sections coming 4 blocks out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same thing on the back, so build 2 blocks out this time, all the way up on every block like this. You can imagine that there's 1 coming out here, and you only need to build 1 out here. 2 out and 1 out. Then go across the top of each of these blocks with some more deep slate tiles, and do this on every one of these sections. Here's how it looks so far. You can see the shape of the roof starting to come together. Now fill in the remaining spots with some deep slate tile stairs. These can be a bit tricky. You want to make sure you place them right in the corner and move along. It should look like this, and do this all the way up and all the way across. When you come to the very toppest pointy section of your roof, switch to some just plain old deep slate tiles and fill it in with those. That way, we're continuing our nice shallow point. There's the main part of the roof done. Finally, add an overhang by placing some stairs like this and some slabs coming off of those, and do that on either side, the whole length of the roof. This just finishes off the roof line so it doesn't come to an abrupt end at the edge of the build. Ooh, but don't make them stick out too far. And don't forget to do the other side as well. There we have it. Our Swiss chalet mountain base is finished. All it needs now is some finishing touches and some interior decorating. So there you have it, the perfect mountain home to sit on top of a nice hill in the 1.17 world. I hope you enjoyed learning how to build this wonderful house today, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!